So I think this is the 900. So this is the exam page. So you have to pay 99. So if you want to take up the certification, so these are the modules that you have to complete, which sadly I haven't. So these are the six parts or the six concepts that you have to know before you attempt the exam. Okay. So this is the portal docs.maker. So just search for AC900. This is the first page you will get. Okay. So these are the trainings, or you can, if you want, you can have a paid training as well. But I recommend a free training. This is really helpful. You can just complete. If you know things already, you can skip. So I have skipped, pretty much all the topics, and I haven't even touched, these two. So you can pretty much skip. If you want to share the link, you can. So this is you search for anything. You just go to the exam page and you just complete the learning paths which is recommended. It says that to gain the skills needed to become certified. So just complete all these three things. Then you can go to your certification dashboard and see what are the things that you have done, and you would eventually see what are the certifications you have completed. Okay, so this is one of the important things that you have to understand. Uh, how you will see. So if you go to batches, you would see. So that's enough of the talk, and I'll just show you the portal itself and how things look. So this is pretty much how the portal looks like. So the hierarchy for I'm not pretty sure like what is the hierarchy on AWS. I think there's no. Uh, for at least for Azure, we have an hierarchy that has to be followed. So you need to have a subscription in the first place. That is, let's consider it as a pyramid. So the first place that you have to have a subscription, valid subscription, and then you should have the resource groups. So resource groups are something that you would club different things. So if you want to learn something, uh, if I want to learn for DPA exam, I just created a resource group where I put all the things that I have learned for DP900 to pass. So I just put all the resources inside that, and I'll just start to explore. So these are the things that you have to do to kind of get the resources up and running. Once you click on that, I think only the machine learning, Azure machine learning is there, workspace that I have created for DP900. And pretty much this is the Docker that I want to learn, Docker with Kubernetes, which I want to learn. So the resource group is the second phase of how the Azure hierarchy is. And then you have your apps. So you have the like, you have this is the Azure App Service, and you have the Cosmos DB, which is similar to MongoDB. I would say it is a NoSQL database, but you can query that with NoSQL structure. I don't think I have any MongoDB instance. Yeah. So some services cost you a lot and some doesn't. Okay, so make sure that you have uh, the hierarchy followed. You have valid subscription, you create a resource group, and then inside you have a ton of services that you have. So moving on. So this is the Azure functions similar to AWS Lambda if you want to call it as. So you have the functions over here, and this is the only function which is a HTTP trigger. And this is the pain point of using AWS, sorry, Azure. So one thing that they don't give you is the support to edit things on the portal. You can do it for C Sharp, but not for this thing. So you say that editing in this portal is not supported for Linux consumes function apps. So if you want to deploy something on with Python, the default environment would be Linux or any distribution of Linux. So once you give that, that is the only thing that you would have. The Linux box is the only thing that you can deploy Python, at least Python projects too. So if you want to test it, give the function code. I think I should pass a parameter to it. Let me see if you have any questions until that loads. How to get a free token for these certifications? Again, same. I've worked with ASP.NET MVC, the Docker, then Kubernetes. What's next? I think you have covered pretty much most of the part. AWS, if you can deploy the containers in Kubernetes and if you can manage it, scale it up, scale it down. I think that pretty much you're good with that. When I try to log in with my personal ID, it says you are not eligible for the Azure free trial. In case what? I think you can use a free trial. There is a free trial you can use. You can buy that. You have to give your credit card details. You have to use that. Are you using free sponsored account for Azure? So yeah, so I did get some uh, uh, $50 coupon sometime back and $100 coupon sometime back. So you could use those things to build whatever you want. When I was part of Azure Developer Stories 3 months back, 3 to 4 months back, we had this coupon code. Like they would give you certain credits which you can use to build, what are the to build things whichever you have proposed. Are the learnings free on Azure portal? So these the learning portal that I showed you, this thing is completely free. Anyone can access that. Okay, so it's completely free. You can take up any of the exams, any of the modules. All these modules are free. It has from beginner to expert level. You will have all these things. DevOps. You will have the administrator role, security services. You have a ton of things that you can do with, or you can learn with these. It is completely free. Development or cloud. I would say it is not like see the cloud is where you have a machine which can do anything for you. Okay, so you just need to know how to run it and know what you have to do with that machine. So you have the machine, so you need to if you want to sharpen the sword, you can do it, or whatever the activity that you can do, you can do it with cloud. It's not that it is restricted to something. You can't develop something on cloud. Okay, so there are like a lot of applications that I have done on cloud, which is live as of now as well. So let me just quickly get this link to work. Retroclose image name. So this will hit the endpoint, and this is the result that you get. So by checking out the API and status code. So this is the response that you get. So uh, this is the URL that you pretty much you will have all for most of the services at least. At least for Azure functions, you will have this. But for other services, the entire URL will be different. You can buy your own custom domains. You can bring your own custom domains into this, and you can start learning. So preparation, it depends. So once you have the hold of Azure and what it is all about, I don't think it will take more than a month to kind of get the certification done. So I just completed 2 certifications in a month. So with just 2 weeks, yeah. So I think 2 to 3 weeks is mostly once you start building things on Azure, you wouldn't take much time to learn different things. So once you complete AC 900, then you can move to DP 900. You can go with AI 900 if you want to. There are like different exams, PL 900, which is for Power Platform. There are like enough examples that I can give you. Once you complete the AZ 900, you will have a fundamental understanding of how the entire Azure functions. So it is pretty much how things roll once you start AZ9. I think 1 month or more than that would be sufficient to crack AZ9. And even if you are just starting out on cloud, today, you can definitely get certified on AZ900 since it is pretty much easy, and you have there are like ton of questions out which repeated questions being asked. So pretty much easy. But the one thing that you have to understand or keep in mind is that uh, things get messed up when you have a certification and you don't know or you haven't worked on things. So I have seen a lot of people have certifications. If you ask them like what you have done with those certifications, or what are the things that you have done with for getting the certification, and they can't answer those questions. So I have seen like a lot of people, and they would find those people very easily. So within few, once you get into once you get into the first round of interview with any certifications that you have, within few questions they would find out how depth or have you worked on, or just you are passing the certification, and you are just sitting out for the interview. So they would definitely easily find out you're just bluffing out things, or you have really worked on things that are needed for the certification that you have done. They would just see the qualification that you are just qualified or not for the exam. That's it. There is another way also. Once you have all the skills, but you don't have the certification. That will also work. Instead of having certifications, you could build something, and you can put it on your GitHub or somewhere, and you can just show it across. So that will also work. Either way, it is a beneficial thing that you can do. There is a special README file in GitHub now. So if you go to the first page of your GitHub, you would definitely see all the things that you have done. If you search for my name, you should get the GitHub link. So this is the special README file. So you can showcase all your things on this GitHub page. So this is very easy. If someone wants to interview you, they just come to this page and see what you have done, and they just click on the link if they want to see whether you have done the certification or this is just an image that you have attached. So this way you can definitely showcase things even without the certification. It is not a must that you have to definitely have a certification to show that you have worked on that. Even if you don't have the certification, but you have the skills to work, then you can definitely do that. I think that is one thing that I have been doing so far. Getting certification is like once you learn that, certification is will become obsolete. Like once you know things, right? So they would be asking the same thing. So it is like answering a fifth standard question when you are in 12th or 11th standard. So it is pretty much the same. You would see all the questions you can just complete in. Once you see the question, you will be able to tell the answer. You don't even need to know the options to kind of some questions would be like case study and things. You have to know you have to see the options to answer that. But for most of the questions, straightforward ones, at least you would once you see that, you will definitely answer straight away.